Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to yet another episode of Take 2 on SoundStage, where I take a product that has already been reviewed by a SoundStage reviewer and give a second take to it. What has my experience been with it? Now, today we have a Marantz SACD player, a network streamer, a DAC, a all-in-one digital hub in a way. And this was reviewed by Brockhouse on March 1st, 2021. And you can find the review on the description below this video or by visiting SoundStageSimplifi.com. I definitely urge you to take a read on that review if you're interested, because in this video, I'm gonna just skim the surface because this unit has so much functionality and setup that you would need to have a deep dive to see if you really need this or want this. I, for one, think that I may purchase one. Now, I say that about a lot of products because I love some of these products that come in. And especially from products that I get from SoundStage, these are probably one of my favorite things that I've ever gotten from SoundStage to review, because this is an SACD player and I play a lot of CDs, but I don't play SACDs. I used to, but time has passed and I don't have a large collection of SACDs. Now, when I was asked to review this Marantz SACD player, CD player, network streamer, DAC, Pre-Amplifier, so many titles. Anyways, when they asked me to review this, I was like, I don't have SACDs. But then I remember that MoFi actually sells very good quality SACDs, and I used to buy from them and all their record sleeves. I think they're famous for their record sleeves more than their SACDs, just saying, because I own so many record sleeves from them. And yeah, I asked them and gotten to borrow because just buy all these bunch of SACDs. It's just a few that they sent, and I gave them a collection of stuff that I want to hear because I've heard them before, either as an SACD or a CD version, and really hear the SACD's performance, because it's a ways to not test the SACD functionality when you have an SACD player in for review. So I got these in and I got to listen to them, and I was just pleasantly surprised. Now, from memory, I found that when I used to work at a high-end retail store way back, we had a bunch of streamers, bunch of turntables, and SACD players and CD players. And to me, always, I found SACD players to sound the best. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a choice of music. I can't say. But usually when I hear a system with the source being a SACD player with SACD, to me it was revealing yet musical. And it was a fine balance between resolving, analytical system and a warm, luscious musical system. It was a fine balance and a good compromise between the two, at least in my opinion. Now, it has a large to do with the music as well. I mean, all these music have different, ways of portraying itself when you're played. But one thing I did find was that when I play SACDs, I feel like I get a lot more spatial information and dynamics. Those are the two things that I realized. And surely enough, when I hooked up the Marantz SACD player, this player tends to have a little bit of a warmer tone to it, is what I found. Compared to other CD players that I have found, a little bit more like name, a little bit more lively sounding or neutral. This was a little bit more warmer sounding in comparison, even with normal CDs. But when I compare listening to normal CDs with SACDs in this case, what I noticed is that SACDs tend to have more a fuller dynamic sound. And that to me sounds more musical. At the same time, spatial cues are a little bit more refined, and I can tell where things are a little bit better in the sound dimension. And this is with all the same speakers and cables and everything else exactly the same. So again, this may be just my brain, I'm not sure, but when I play SSCDs, I just find it more musical enjoyable and more resolution, more dynamics, more detail, and stuff like that. And especially when I hear, for example, this is one of my favorite, this one right here. Now, don't judge me. When I hear something like the Carl King Tape 3 here, it's a very nice recording. And, Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall. Beautiful. And of course, there's many more, and I can just go on and go on about my musical taste, or the lack of. But the point I want to get across here is when I hear these music pieces in the SACD format, I get the sense that the vocals and instruments are more focused, yet smoother and more real life. And for the lack of better words, more live. It's like comparing a normal recording to a live recording. That's the sense I get. But now the great thing about this unit is that it's not just a CD or SACD player. It also has a DAC. It can be used as a preamplifier, and it also can be used as a network streamer using the HEOS app, HEOS. And when I use this as a network streamer, I find that it is pretty darn good. It is at least at the level of the NAD C658 or the Blue Note 2i. It is at least there. And it sounds great. And it still has that warmer tone to it that this unit has inherently. Now, it also has a preamp functionality, and it can be used as a DAC as well. But for me, I didn't use it like that for the most of the review. I did it in the beginning, and then I quickly switched to a integrated unit like the Bryston B135 or other units that I had in for review. And the reason being is that the preamp section is good, but it's not my first choice. If I can have a separate preamplifier or integrated unit, that's what I would do. And you can set the fixed output setting on the Marantz settings inside this unit, which is great. The remote that comes with it is also very intuitive and easy, and you can adjust all the settings and do all sorts of things. So it's a very versatile unit. So it's like a media player. CDs, SACDs, network streamer, preamplifier if you wanted to. And if you can't get a preamplifier right now, then you can use the way it is and use it as a preamplifier and upgrade down the road. Now, I know the question I'm going to get, and it's going to be, Jay, is it better to play CD or SACD on this or stream? Which one's better sounding? Now, if we're talking about strictly sound, not convenience, I would say the SACD sounds the best, by far, my opinion. It is quite audibly different to me. It's audibly better to me. And then CDs come next, and then the network streamer. And it's not just this unit. I find that I know people say like streaming is like, CD quality and stuff, but I don't know what it is. And I can't explain it to you. But from my experience, when I play CD players, even the ones I reviewed from Denon, Marantz, my personal name CD players, all sorts of CD players that I sold in the past, when I got it back after streaming, for long periods of time, I found that CD players just sound better. And I understand that, streamers these days can rip CDs and stuff like that. And there are streamers that come to a level of a CD player, but it costs more than what a CD player like this would cost. For instance, a unit like this is 2,600 USD. And when I first learned about the price, I was flabbergasted because the look and the aesthetics and the build quality and the functionality all suggest otherwise, including the sound quality. This is basically, you have everything that you would ever need to play music other than a turntable or reel-to-reel. I play reel-to-reel. So considering that it does everything and plays SACD format, I think this is a stellar unit with fabulous sound quality, especially if you like your sound a little bit on the warmer side of neutral, a little bit more musical. But on the top end, like I said, if you like a little bit more detail, playing SACDs give you that while still providing that full warmth, which is what I like about SACD players and SACDs in general, the format. So usually, to me, it comes down to whether I have the SACD version available to play or not. So I wouldn't say if I feel like I want to play this type of music and I don't have SACD versions, I don't just play whatever SACD I have, I will just stream. It's perfectly okay to stream. Still sounds fabulous. But if I have a SACD and if I'm not being lazy, then why would I not play SACD on the unit? That is just, to me, that at least for myself, I would, call myself stupid for that. But anyhow, I think this unit is stellar for the value. I don't think I have seen a single media box or CD player, SACD player, or network streamer DAC preamplifier combination such as this that does all the things it does in terms of functionality, and the user capability is stellar. The build quality, everything is just well thought out. So with that being all said, I think this is a stellar deal, and I cannot emphasize this enough because I don't think I've seen a single media player that does all the things that this unit does. SACD, CD player, network streamer, preamplifier capability, a DAC for the price of $2,600 USD. I think that's pretty stellar. And the aesthetics and the build quality is stellar as well. So I very much approve of this. If you want to explore or have a collection of SACDs and looking for an SACD player or something that you can play all your music media in one media box, then this is definitely worth a consideration for the money. It is definitely worth it in my opinion. And I very much, like I said, might be getting one myself. If I continue to buy more SACDs, I will eventually need one. But anyways, if this video was helpful to you, then consider giving us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Take 2 on SoundStage. Take care.